Baramati, the stronghold of the Pawar family, a seat that was expected to witness a silent, uncontested by-election, has suddenly turned into a political battlefield. What was supposed to be a smooth, sympathy-driven election has now become a contest filled with strategy, surprise, and political cracks within the opposition alliance. Hello everyone, I am Gaurang and you are watching Lokmat Times. In a major political development, Congress has made a bold and unexpected move in Baramati, a seat long dominated by the Pawar family. In a by-election that many believed would go uncontested as a mark of tradition and sympathy, Congress has now decided to field its own candidate against Sunetra Pawar, completely changing the entire political equation. This one decision has not only made the contest more intense but also has raised serious questions about unity within the opposition alliance, which is the Maha Vikas Aghadi. Let's first understand the ground reality of Baramati. Whether it is Lok Sabha or Assembly, Baramati has always been considered as the fortress of the Pawar family. Leaders like Sharad Pawar and later late Ajit Pawar had consistently represented this seat and built a political legacy here. However, everything changed after the tragic plane accident on January 28th in which Ajit Pawar lost his life. Following his demise, the seat was vacant, leading to a by-election. From the beginning, there were strong indications that this election might go uncontested, considering the emotional sentiment attached to Ajit Pawar's passing. Sunetra Pawar, who resigned from her Rajya Sabha position, entered the electoral fray and even filed her nomination with expectations that the path ahead would be smooth. But in a surprising twist, Congress has now fielded its own candidate, Vishwanath More, breaking the expectation of a silent election. This move has not just created a direct contest but has also introduced uncertainty into what was earlier seen as a predictable outcome. Now the question is, who is Vishwanath More? So Vishwanath More is also known as Akash Mur, who is currently the secretary of Maharashtra Pradesh Congress Committee. He comes from a political background, with his father Vijay Rao More having served as the member of the Legislative Council. A practicing advocate at the local level, More is considered a young and active face within the Congress party. The party also believes that he can connect with voters by focusing on local issues like farmer problems, education, healthcare and development. Now it is also important to note that Maharashtra Congress President Harshawaran Sabkar had earlier made it clear that the party would contest both Baramati and Rahori seats. He had clearly stated that elections and sympathy are two different things. After conducting interviews with several aspirants for the Baramati seat, the party finalized More's name, indicating that this was a calculated and strategic decision rather than a last-minute move. Now let's listen to what Congress spokesperson Atul Londe has to say after this decision.
अजीत दादा पवार के दर्दनाक मृत्यु के बाद बारामती विधानसभा में जो उपचुनाव होने जा रहे हैं, उसमें कांग्रेस की तरफ से एडवोकेट आकाश मोरे ये प्रत्याशी है और आज वो फॉर्म भरने जा रहे हैं। काफी सारे जगह से दबाव आ रहा है। सभी लोगों का ये कहना है कि कांग्रेस ने ये चुनाव निर्विरोध करना चाहिए। इतनी अगर संवेदनशीलता है और परंपरा की बात करते हो तो मेरे दो मुद्दे इसमें हैं। पहली बात, इतनी संवेदनशीलता है तो जो षड्यंत्र दिखाई दे रहा है, लोगों के मन में आशंकाएं हैं, तो उसका एफआईआर महाराष्ट्र में बारामती में क्यों नहीं हो रहा? रोहित पवार जी को पूरे देश में क्यों घूमना पड़ा? आखिरकार कर्नाटक में एफआईआर हुआ लेकिन उसकी अभी भी कोई जांच नहीं हो रही है।
This brings us to the larger political impact of this decision. Congress entering the Baramati contest could potentially create cracks within the Maha Vikas Aghadi, while the Sharad Pawar faction had already indicated that it would not field a candidate. Now Uddhav Thackeray has also maintained silence so far. If Uddhav Thackeray also decides to stay neutral, Congress may find itself isolated in this entire contest. At the same time, the political relationship between the Pawar and Thackeray families cannot be ignored. During his tenure as a chief minister, Uddhav Thackeray shared a strong working relationship with late Ajit Pawar. He has even spoken publicly about the close ties between both the two families. This makes the current situation even more delicate, as any decision taken now could have long-term implications on alliance politics in Maharashtra. Now, meanwhile, the impact of this move is not limited to Baramati alone. After Congress fielded its candidate here, it is almost certain that the opposition will also contest the Rahori seat. Now, this by-election was compulsory after the death of BJP leader Shivaji Kardile, and the BJP has already fielded his son Akshay Kardile as their candidate. Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis had earlier suggested that both these by-elections should be held unopposed. However, he had also made it clear that if the opposition decides to contest, the ruling alliance will fight with full strength. Now, Ajit Pawar, who represented Baramati 8 times as an MLA, has left behind a strong political legacy. Now, with Sunetra Pawar stepping into the electoral battle and Congress challenging the legacy directly, this by-election has turned into much more than a routine political process. What was once expected to be a quiet, uncontested election has now become a high-stakes political fight, one that could redefine equations within the alliances and test the strength of legacy versus strategy. For more such timely updates from Mumbai and Maharashtra, stay tuned to Lokmat Times and don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Thank you.